What a performance by Usher, one of the better Super Bowl halftime shows in my opinion, but the stars are back out and warming up. 30 minutes to determine a Super Bowl winner. For Kansas City, it will be either their back-to-back Super Bowl and their third, or it will be a second title for the Rams, making a three-way tie for the most Super Bowls. They have the advantage. They're up by one, and they get the ball here to start the second half. It's going to be a good one, so we hope you stick along for the ride right here on ASC. Harrison Butker kicks this one off and away. It will go in the end zone, and Tremnell will take it out. Oh, he lost the ball! It's loose! Kansas City has it! Oh my goodness! What a way to start the second half of the Super Bowl. And a huge fumble, the second of the game for the Rams. Puts the Chiefs at the 13. Oh, he just got flat out knocked out. Got hit hard, and I can't tell who hit him. Unbelievable. Mahomes saying, get my helmet. And Kansas City now from the 13 after the special teams comes up huge. Gonna throw, firing, it's incomplete. Christian Roseboom knocked it down. The target was Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Roseboom had 2 against Philadelphia, including a pick 6. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 13. And a nightmare way to start the second half if you're the Rams. The missed field goal by Maher to end the first half, and then the fumble there to start the second. From the 13 now, 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Gonna throw again. Mahomes with time, fires, it's caught, and it's a touchdown! Rashee Rice. His big Super Bowl continues. 13-yard score in Kansas City. Takes the lead away in Super Bowl 8. And Stafford can just shake his head and know he couldn't really do anything about it. Rashee Rice left open. And again, I'm curious, the Rams ran zone instead of running man-to-man there, and it cost them. And Rashee Rice gets his first career Super Bowl touchdown in his rookie season in Kansas City early in the second half, lining up and going for 2. Man in motion, flick it, Rice did not get there. And at least the Rams can say that they got a stop on the 2-point conversion to make it a 5-point game. So the unfortunate circumstance, the fumble on the kickoff, leads to a Kansas City touchdown. They lead 19-14.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy Nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
So the Chiefs lead by 5, getting ready to kick it back to the Rams for another attempt. The Rams fumbled the last kickoff. It's their second fumble of the game. Skoranek had one earlier. And this will be a return that will go out to the 24. No fumbles this time, so the Rams will actually get a drive in. So they came into the half up by 1. Now they're down by 5 in a big plot twist as now Stafford and company going to look to respond. And the big decision is, if you score, do you go for 1 or do you go for 2 to make it a 3-point game? From the 24, though, got to get down there first. Blitz. Stafford throws. Got a Cooper Kupp. Off to the races. Will they track him down? They do. Down to the opposing 24. All fireworks to start the second half. Cooper Kupp. And a huge play for the Rams. Exactly what they needed. And here it is. Just a slant. And Kansas City brought their men up finally. And Cooper Kupp was able to get into the secondary. Great job by the Chiefs to track him down and catch him at the 24. That's huge. That could be the difference between 3 and 7 from the 24. They're going to give it. It's Williams, and he's going to be wrapped up by Karlaftis and Jones for a gain of 3. 8 for 43 in the game for Kyron Williams. And speaking of Chris Jones, hasn't been that big of an impact this postseason. That was a good tackle there. Now from the 21, can Kansas City keep their lead? This defense needs to dial in. They've done good at getting turnovers, but they've got to get more. Like this play right here. They get to Stafford and bring him down. Nick Bolton with the sack. And a big-time loss, a loss of 14 as Stafford kept backing up, trying to find a receiver open, and he could not. 3rd and 21, and the Chiefs' defenses came alive. Look at this. And again, that was Omenihu who was in there with Bolton. What a game from Charles Omenihu. And Nick Bolton getting home on the sack. Bolton had a big Super Bowl IV the last time these two teams met. But back at the 35-yard line, you don't get much. It's still a decent kick, a 52-yarder from Maher. But they would love to get at least some yards. 3rd and 21. Going to throw. Stafford fires and has a completion over to Tyler Higbee, who got 6. So Maher will send him out. And it'll be a 45-yarder, so they at least cut it down a little bit. He's 0 for 1 on the night so far. 2 for 2 on extra points. He gets a 45-yarder here to put the Rams down by 2. This one drifting off the upright and no good. Maher has now missed 2. And the Rams' misfortune continues. And Kansas City will get it back up by 5.
Late at night, we stumble through the city, acting like we know where to go. Standing there in the shadows, looking pretty, like your eyes have been laced with gold. Yeah. We are the lost ones, yeah, we are the ones that will always roll. All the time we feeling trapped and guilty, making deals the only way we know. We're coming alive, yeah, coming alive, coming alive.
Broke the internet again.
Oh, it's coming in really fast.
Yeah, it's Verizon 5G. The network is crazy powerful. I bet you can't break that.
I bet I can.
Wait, what?
Beyonce breaks the internet, but can she break Verizon?
Broken?
Not even close.
Time for a surprise drop. Did I break it?
You broke me. Oh, no.
Introducing Beyonce I.
What the?
Seriously? How about Barbie?
No.
I'm running for Beyonce of the United States. Can you hear me now?
No breaking.
How about the first woman to launch the first rocket for the first
performance in space.
Wow, Verizon didn't break.
You ain't gonna break me.
Still works.
Okay, they ready. Drop the new music.
From the 35, Mahomes going to throw. It's caught. McKinnon pummeled just a yard short. Good tackle there. 3 catches for 18 yards for McKinnon. Fuller made the tackle for the Rams. So now 2nd and 1. And Kansas City, this second half has gone all their way. They got the fumble recovery, the touchdown, and then the missed field goal by Maher, who's now 0 for 2 on the day. 2nd and 1. Man in motion, it's Hardman. They're going to flick it to him. Hardman got a block, and it's going to get just shy of midfield. They're actually giving him some generous field position here and put him at midfield. And who knows, that missed field goal could really turn this game around, especially if Kansas City scores. But this Rams defense has done their part in the first half. They need to find themselves in the second half from midfield. Mahomes going to throw. There's the pressure! And it's 99 who gets there, and Donald with the sack. And that's what the Rams defense needed to get back in this game. The veteran helped them win a ring 2 years ago. Coming out tonight. He's had one of the slowest seasons in his career, but is having the game of his life. A big sack on Mahomes and a loss of 7. And that puts the Chiefs back in their own territory at the 43, and it's the second sack for the Rams defense tonight. 2nd and 17. Do they throw or run here? At least try to get some yardage. They're going to throw. Mahomes looking, just going to check it down, and it's caught, not going very far. Is the tight end of Noah Gray for a gain of 7. So it's 3rd and 9. It's at least 3rd and manageable. Could be way worse. But you've got to get some good yards here, and it would suck for Kansas City. You know, they got the 2 huge plays of the missed field goal and the fumble, and they can't capitalize on the missed field goal. 3rd and 9. Gonna throw. Mahomes blitz. Just gonna launch it downfield, and it's just too far. Had an open man. It was McCole Hardman looking for another big play. 4th and 9, and the Rams get a break. Finally, what they've needed in the second half. It just hasn't been their way. We'll get our second punt of the entire game. Kansas City on both. So here it is, 4th and 9 from midfield. Tommy Townsend going to look to try and pin the Rams deep, and this will not be a very good punt. It will go to the 25, and that's where the Rams will begin when we come back.
Why are you here? State your purpose.
To find a place to rent. I know renters when I see them.
Who is this guy?
It's the top priority when you move to a new city or galaxy. Apartments.com. We can help you get into a lovely 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. I don't want to presume anything. I like these guys. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
Rams start from the 25, down by 5. With 9:28 to go in the third quarter. Here's a give. Kyron Williams spinning and gets knocked down by Brian Cook. Gain of 6, and we've talked about how well Stafford's been throwing today. It's been the ground game as well. Kyron Williams giving them some short down situations. Puts the Rams at the 31-yard line. Chiefs show 6. They haven't blitzed too much today. They're going to send 4. Stafford quick throw caught for the marker, and that is Tyler Higbee, who's had himself one heck of a day. Stafford just 3 incompletions. Higbee 5 catches for 36 yards. Puts the Rams at the 39-yard line. You can tell the tempo of this game starting to kind of slow down. You know, we're not seeing the big play. As now here's Stafford going to give it to Williams, who will carry it to the 46, gain of 7. As now we're underneath 8 minutes to go, and going back to that tempo thing, it's definitely slowed down. You don't see those explosive plays anymore. Both these teams at this point playing conservative. You just want to put points on the board, especially with how this game has been. 2nd and 3. Turnovers have been huge too. Cup in motion. Fake it. They're going to give it to Williams, who will get a first down across the 50-yard line, gain of 6, 11 for 61. And now the Rams go into that ground game, something they haven't done very much. You know, they like to focus on the air, the aerial attack, the play action's what they really attack. But last couple plays, they've been running on the ground trying to get Kyron Williams going, and they're in opposing territory. Only down by 5. Touchdown will take the lead. The question is, with the way Maher has been kicking, do you go for 2? Another give. Williams wrapped up by Tranquil for just 3. And these one-possession games, both these two teams have seen it in the postseason. The Rams have seen it 3 times. Kansas City just once. Nonetheless, they're obviously both undefeated. They're both here. But 2nd and 7, though. Got to wonder if that more games in one possession has came in clutch for the Rams here. Stafford throws, and he has it on the run. Nice completion. Tutu Atwell had that incredible catch in the first half. Gets the catch here, puts the Rams at the 25-yard line. I was trying to say, you have to wonder if those more close games that the Rams have played will be a factor in the late going. Seems to be here. Look at Stafford. Again, that play action, that signature play that Sean McVay has brought to this offense works perfectly right here, and he finds number 5 for a big gain. On the drive, now the 25-yard line. Williams to the right of Stafford. Chiefs show 4. Here's a give. Williams. He's still going. He's not going down yet. And now he finally is for a gain of 6. Kyron Williams said, you're going to Need a lot more than that in order to bring me down. Kansas City finally does. And look at the time they've wasted. About 4 minutes off the clock here. And now they're in the red zone. The Rams inside the red zone today. 1 for 2. We'll see what they can do on this third attempt. From the 19. Will they run it again? They will. Williams, first down, gets clobbered again. He's taking some shots. 14 for 75, though. Nick Bolton on the tackle. From the 14, and when you're down in the red zone, that's when you got to watch out for threats such as Tyler Higbee and Tutu Atwell. Those are the main guys. Cooper Kupp, obviously. Which, speaking of Kupp, he's in the backfield with Kyren Williams. Bizarre setup. Stafford going to throw. Looking, firing, incompletes, and it's Tyler Higbee who gets down to the 7 for a gain of 6. So now 2nd and 4. Higbee's had a great day. 6 catches for 42. Haven't seen a lot of Colby Parkinson. He's only came in on blocking plays. We'll see if that changes here. Parkinson was also huge in the red zone this season, even when Higbee was still in. 3:35 and ticking, 2nd and 4. Kupp in the backfield again, this time to the left. Stafford throws, looking that way, fires, and it's caught by Kupp. Are they going to give him the first? No, they're going to mark him down at the 4. So they put him in the backfield. He goes out to the flat, and Kansas City just didn't really think anything of it, but it was ended up going right his way. 3rd and inches at the 4. Perfect opportunity to set up the play action. They don't. They go right to Higbee for the touchdown, and it looked like the exact same play the Chiefs ran with Travis Kelce. So the Rams were able to respond with their tight end, and now they have the lead with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. A huge drive out of Matthew Stafford, and he finds one of his favorite targets, Tyler Higbee. Mentioned earlier in the game, missed a good portion of the season with a shoulder injury, but in the Super Bowl making that big impact. And now we'll see the Rams have an interesting decision here. They can go for 2, make it a 3-point game, or go for the extra point. And McVay keeping his offense out there. So here we go, 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line. They're going to throw. Stafford is going to be sacked. Wrapped up in Kansas City. Prevents a 2-point conversion. Willie Gay made the tackle, and this stays a 1-point deficit for Kansas City. What a play by Willie Gay coming off the edge and getting to Stafford. He had no time to throw. This defense for Kansas City has been huge in this game with the 2 takeaways. And this is now a 1-point deficit.
Do you know there's no T in Skechers? Never has been and never will.
What you talking about, Romo? T is always in Skechers. T and these Skechers slip-ins. T and these Skechers slip-ins. I pity the fool who have to touch his shoes to put them on. T and these Skechers slip-ins. I pity the fool who bends down to put on their shoes. I pity the fool who isn't in Skechers slip-ins. See, Romo? T is always in Skechers.
I'm just saying people often misspell Skechers and put a T in it.
Quit saying and start slipping, fool.
Late at night we stumble through the city, acting like we know where to go. Standing there in the shadows looking pretty, like your eyes have been laced with gold. Yeah. We are the lost ones, yeah, we are the ones that will always roll. All the time we feeling trapped and guilty, making dues the only way we know. We're coming alive, yeah, coming alive, yeah.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 8 on ASC. Rams up 20-19 after the score to Tyler Higbee. The failed 2-point conversion, though, keeps it close for Kansas City, who will have it here in the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Going to be exciting. We know that going into the fourth, as Richie James will take the touchback. In a season that we've had already this year, you know is going to be a good game, and we are getting that here, and out comes Mahomes in the offense. They've been able to rally from deficits this year. We'll see what they have against one of the best defenses this postseason in the Rams. From the 25, Mahomes to throw, looking, going to throw it short, and Pacheco wrapped up from behind by Byron Young. Just a gain of 1, and this defense, we've talked about it all game, so efficient in the postseason. They have a hard task here, And in order to win the Super Bowl, they've got to be perfect for about 17 more minutes. 2nd and 9 for Mahomes. He's going to give it to McKinnon, who gets away from a tackle, and it's going to be a gain of 4. 3rd down and 5. Tackle made by Aaron Donald. We sent his name plenty so far tonight. It'll be 3rd and 5. He's been the reason this defense has been so strong in the D-line. Him and Byron Young both, as we expected, making the plays tonight. Christian Roseboom had the pass deflection. Of course, those have been their 3 big names this postseason. Can this defense stay strong, stay sturdy? They have to stop Kansas City on 3rd down and 5. Mahomes to throw. Looking, pass is caught. Rice, but he's short. Just a yard shy of the first down, 4th and 1. And you've got a huge decision if you're Andy Reid, but that puts Rice at 100 receiving yards. 4th and 1. Do you risk it from your own 34? Andy Reid will not. Tommy Townsend out to punt. 3rd punt for the Chiefs tonight. And it will go back deep. We'll see if the Rams elect to return it. It will land inside the 20, and he'll roll out to the 23. So less than a minute to go in the 3rd. Kansas City down by 1. Their defense just allowed the touchdown, but they do have 2 takeaways. Rams have not punted all night. They have many miscues on offense. We'll see if maybe those miscues can dive down and they can start to pull away with this lead. Quick pass incomplete from Stafford. No one in the area. 2nd down and 10. Just 4 incompletions for him on the night. Very accurate. Nearly 300 yards. As crazy as those stats are, they're still only up by 1. 2 missed field goals from Maher and 2 fumbles for this Rams offense. 2nd down and 10 now from the 23. They're going to give it to Williams, who gets a second effort, bit of a boost there for a gain of 7. That's 3rd and short. Kansas City, their defense has been very good when it comes to getting pressure and getting hits. But that weakness has been the passing attack. They have allowed a lot of big plays through the air in the arm of Matthew Stafford. Will the Rams elect to throw it here? 3rd down and 3. Stafford, gonna look. Pass, incomplete. And the Rams go 3 and out for the first time tonight. And Kansas City's defense catches a huge break with 14 seconds to go in the quarter. And a 3 and out from Kansas City's offense is followed up by a 3 and out by the Rams, and they will punt it away for the first time in this game. So here it is, the punt. A lot of hang time on this one. It will land just outside the 20, and on the return is James, who will take it to the 39. So they have reasonable field position, 5 seconds to go in the quarter. And this will send us to the final quarter of the game. And it's going to be a give. It's going to be McKinnon. And that is Roseboom there to meet him for no gain. It's been dominance against the run for the Rams. And they have 15 minutes to go to try and capture their 2nd Super Bowl.
Oh, I forgot something. 1 second.
Yeah, that's cool.